What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to the Berserk manga, this time with volume 39, the first 3 chapters. Just to recap, last time we had some very awesome stuff happening. We actually made the escape from Falconia with the help of the old man. I forget his name, but of course Silat and his men as well. But we did see... I forget her name. Nina? No, not Nina. I forget her name. Apologies. Godo's daughter, which I always call her. We did see her get captured, but again, ended up getting saved by the end of things. And they actually went off together. The old man joined us, which was nice. They were leaving this place, but like some of the transformations from what's his name, Raxas, last week. Well, that was awesome. Lovely shot here with Rickert. With its what's it called, bazooka, the first ever bazooka. And I really like this image here as well of Griffith watching them leave. Just like, yeah, I'm allowing you to leave. Well, not even allowing, it's like, I don't give a fuck. Do what you will. I couldn't care less. But interesting shot, isn't it? Again, if you wanted him to stop, you could just like, yeah, just instantly kill him right there. Then we had this really awesome chapter with Griffith with Guts and Co. landing on Elf Helm, getting booby trapped a few times by some scarecrows, and what was it at the start? Had this nice little story from Puck as well, of course, but I think it was some scarecrows, and I forget what it was. These yeah, it was these stones that kind of made you lose your way. But by the end of the episode, again, we had these pretty cool looking scarecrows. Again, they're quite Raxas looking esque, honestly. But yeah, we'll see more of that. Also, we did catch a little spot of some magicians or witches in the woods, so looking forward to seeing more of that as well. Do let me know what you guys think about this volume down in the comment section though. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. And let's have a little look at this cover here. Very colourful. So maybe they're not witches. Like, what is this? They look like witches because they had like witch hats, but I guess it could be whatever these are. Almost got like a Venus flytrap bit on the top of his hat here. This one looks pretty cute. Some strange creatures here, aren't there? A lot more than just elves. Got some like animal people. I love owls. I got a picture of me when I was, I think, like 6 or 7, holding an owl. I was very scared. I didn't realise that age how sharp and how scary their claws were. But I got along pretty well with it. I've always liked owls. There's a unicorn and some kind of very creepy looking creature in the back here, like a Sasquatch or something. Look at this little cutie. Again, there definitely is a slightly different style to some of the artwork at the start of these volumes, isn't there? I love that guy in the back there. Couple more elves up there. Okay, nice. Oh crap! Nice cover artwork there. I haven't even looked at Guts. Just like his eyes, like so open, so wide open. Like, oh, what the fuck is this shit? What is all this? I didn't realise this one was riding a little rat here. I'm not sure what this creature is, to be honest with you. Apologies. It looks like a few creatures, so I'm not even gonna attempt. Very yellow looking, very orangey yellow looking Guts here. Man got a tan. My man got a tan. Or is that infected? And as usual, again, we haven't had this lately. We've just been having kind of nice photos lately, but as usual with these, they've got a pretty brutal looking one at the front and then a nicer, softer one below with some kind of tall, very, very big elf. Looks very pretty. You've got a some antennae as well. And that was just a normal owl earlier. Yeah. Very, very nicely drawn, these, aren't they? I think that's a cherry blossom tree. Creature. Interesting. And there's that little cute one I said earlier. Couple cute little elves here as well. Okay, some very colourful artwork. There's the front of that other one we saw earlier as well. That looks a bit. I brought up Nina earlier. This honestly looks a bit like Nina. You know, the one with the sexual transmitted disease that ended up dying. That's a pretty interesting looking person right there. And of course the unicorn. Yeah, very pretty. Is that Puck? That might be Puck there. Don't know. Okay. Okay. So a very kind person, this girl. This elf. So yeah, let's see what chapters we got today. Something's missing there, so we'll just reload. Hopefully it's nothing important. No, it's just, yeah, didn't even really need to. So we've got Guts taking on the scarecrows. See if we've got any new character little bits here. The struggle is nothing short of sublime. I don't think there's anything new. Have they fixed Rickards yet? They have. They've finally fixed Rickards. A little section here. Okay, we'll read that now. A former member of the Band of the Hawk, as he was not involved in the eclipse, he does not have a brand. He became the apprentice of the blacksmith Godo and has made weapons for Guts to use. And this is what Rickards was. Who is Roderick? I think he's replaced Isma here, so does that confirm that she's leaving the story soon, which is a shame. Captain of the naval vessel, blah 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 blah. Yeah, again, we've read that. In place of Rickards a fair few times. Guts and crew fend off the sea god's attack and finally make landfall at their destination, Elf Island. The journey is nearly over to find a safe place for Casca to live and to have an audience with the elven leader, who's said to have some way of restoring Casca's mind. Potentially. The party hurry forward to find this ruler, but lying in wait for them are traps and spells put in place to drive away visitors. A hostile welcome. So. Oh crap, so the format is going to change again. I was hoping it would be 3 chapters every volume from here on, but it looks like it's 3, 6, 8. So only 8 chapters. So I think we had 10 originally, then it went down to 9. Now it's 8, which is a bit of a shame, but understandable considering the author's health has been gone down. So it looks like I'll be going back to 2 chapters per video now. So a bit of a shame there, but oh well. So yeah, today I'll be doing Flame Puppet and Village of Witches. Next week we'll have Great Gurus, and Elfhelm, the Flower Storm Monarch, which sounds awesome. Dimly Lit Wasteland, The Corridor of Dreams, and Fragments of Memory, which also sounds pretty promising, right? Yeah, we'll get straight into Flame Puppet. Yeah, the longer the weapon, the longer the reach. Got some harvesting tools right here. I forget what these are called. Sickles? Is that what they are? Not quite a scythe. I think it's a sickle. I could be wrong about that. But you know, that means I win. Good job. Again, we still haven't really seen him kind of like it's hard to say master this, but surely there's just more to this being a hot dagger, like what we see with Serpico, and he uses his brilliantly. Surely Cedro can kind of learn some great techniques with this thing. But it's really good at what it does with the whole kind of finishing off an enemy. You know, it's a surefire thing. It's cutting through them in most cases. You bunch of straw training posts. Protect the ladies. Aye, sir. The ladies don't need protecting. Well, Casca does. Most of them actually probably protect you more. Definitely Shirka and Barney, they definitely protected more these last few chapters with these guys. And Isma can look after herself pretty well, I imagine, being a Mero. That's just Casca, really. And there's that shot we see in the intro. It's no use. They're too strong. They're not stopping at all. What's with the guy in the black and that big sword? Hey, I maybe sense some magic from them. No way. People from outside the island are just savages. They're about to find out that field holds some more surprises. Oh crap. The plants. Whoa, what the hell? A vine's twisting around my leg. Oh yeah, that's how that trap works. Stupid, now I'm in big trouble. Oh, we're getting attacked by the pumpkins. You know what? These pumpkins are terrifying. I've always been quite a fan of pumpkin horror. There's not been much. I mentioned, I think there was one, like, I think it's like A to Z's of Death, or some anthology I've watched where there was like the pumpkin seeds were horrific, and when they grew, they ate this woman and her kid, which was pretty damn horrifying. But I've been bringing that up recently because Dungeon Meshi has had a few pumpkins in the last few weeks, and they look just as scary, but like not nearly as scary as this, if that makes sense. They've got just like human faces, which almost makes them more creepy. But they actually look quite normal, with like they're just human faces on pumpkins. Don't know if that makes any sense to you, but I find that quite creepy. These are obviously very creepy as well. Again, I've always liked the pumpkin kind of horrific design. Of course, in Nightmare on Christmas, I think, is it called? I forget the full name of it. A Nightmare on is it Night? I forget what it's called. It's been years since I watched it. The Nightmare Before Christmas, not A Nightmare on Christmas. It's similar. Pumpkin. There's obviously Pumpkinhead. There's that scene in, well, there's a few scenes in Halloween 3 Season of the Witch where it's not a pumpkin, but a pumpkin mask kind of melts kids' heads, and yeah, that's an underrated movie. That not Trick or Treat. It's not really pumpkin. There's not really pumpkins in that, but that's one of my favorite all-time horror movies, honestly. Yeah, Pumpkinhead. I haven't seen any of these. I haven't seen any of the sequels. I don't even know I had this many sequels. Holy shit. There's not too many pumpkin horrors, is there? It's obviously quite niche. A to Z. Oh, yeah. Horror anthology. Horror Anthony Hopkins anthology. There was just like, I don't know if everyone goes through this, but as a horror fan, there was just a big stage of my fandom of just watching anthologies, like, only. I just don't know what it was. I was just obsessed with anthology horror movies. Maybe it was just me trying to pack in as much as possible. About Pumpkin. Tales of Halloween. Is that the one? Yeah, I think it is the one. Got some pretty good actors in there. Lin Shaye. Joe Dante. He's a director. John Landis is apparently in that. It's been a while since I watched this. Barbara Crampton. Holy shit, there's a lot bigger names than I remember. I think I watched it near its release, so there was one again just about a mum and a son getting eaten by pumpkins. I don't think it was this. I don't know. Enough about pumpkins. Man, this is getting old. I've never carved a pumpkin myself. I would like to. My family never really celebrated Halloween, unfortunately. I've gone out Halloweening, of course, and stuff, but I've never, never had any decorations or done anything like that, which is a shame. I think I would do as an adult if while I'm financially stable. There's no way I'll be putting all lights and all this shit up and couldn't pay for it. But yeah, I would like to. I also live in the country, so it's not. I don't think I've ever actually had any Halloweeners, any trick or treaters come to my house. But yeah, I would like to when I get my own house, and I like the spirit of Halloween. Again, it's my favourite holiday season, so yeah. Man, this is getting old. It truly does seem like a magical land. It's a little early for a harvest festival. Damn. One of my earliest memories with the pumpkins is the Pumpkin of Ghosts from Yu-Gi-Oh! In the first season. One of my favourite episodes, those kind of darker episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! This is what I'm talking about, the wind sylphs. Surely look at this man. Surely Cedro must be able to do something kind of special like this. Weapon? I will use you as a weapon. The pumpkins will take each other out. Roland's just going to get you even more tangled. Look at this little cute little one. Blasted weird things. There's no end to them. They'll just slowly force us back. It's alright. I appreciate your patience. Yeah, I'm pretty sure what I was talking about earlier, I think John Landis directed An American Werewolf in London, which I only watched in the last year or two. I think it was last year. And that was fantastic. And I'm not sure I've watched too much else of what he's directed, but Joe Dante directed both the... I'm not sure about both, but at least one of the... not Critters... what's it bloody called now? Gizmo. Gremlins. At least one of the Gremlins movies, and they're both... Well, the first one's pretty damn good. Second one's alright. Bit too much for me. I remember enjoying that one more as a kid. I enjoyed the second one more as a kid and the first one less, but as an adult, I prefer the first one quite a bit. Again, I think that makes total sense when you watch them. Weird blasted things. There's no end to them. They'll just slowly force us back. It's alright. I appreciate your patience. Look at those, man. Oh my god, they've completely devoured each other. Idiot pumpkins. Idiot pumpkins. I'll tell you what, I am absolutely loving Dungeon Mesh at the minute. I brought that up earlier. One of my favourite shows at the minute, honestly. It's so fucking good. I say unexpectedly so good, but I kind of did expect it with the studio behind it, but I just wasn't expecting to love it quite as much as I do. Just got a lot of soul. Definitely check that out if you're a fan of things like early Golden Kamuy and comedy. Not too food focused, but a little bit food focused shows. Say what now? So they all are kind of inverting. Popping. A spell had been cast on this field using the power of gnomes, earth spirits. I modified the spell to enhance the ripening works of the earth spirits. Oh, okay, so we just ripened it all. Like magic with magic, huh? Honestly, it could be a lot worse than having pumpkin juice sprayed all over you. It could be a lot worse. I don't know if I've ever had pumpkin or had pumpkin juice or anything like that either. So yeah, I've never carved any pumpkins. I've never ate pumpkins, but I have no idea what that tastes like. No idea. Never had I think it's like pumpkin pie. Never had any of that. They took down the scarecrows. What do we do? And also, that was magic. Could it be? You're too easy on them. Who's saying that? Is that thought transference happening there? I think that's thought transference, isn't it? They bite us, we bite them back. Oh, nice little snack. Well then, is that the end of the rough welcome? What's that? Fire? No. Looks like that's another part of the welcome. But as soon as Joe, what's his name? I always forget his name. Apologies, but it's because he's been in place of Ricker every fucking week. I want to. Oh, you want to say Jerome because he looks so much like Jerome, but clearly he's not Jerome. He does look like Jerome though. Roderick, that's the one. As soon as Roderick said it's at the end of the welcome part, you knew it wasn't going to be. Oh, the chapters are a slight. Well, obviously this first chapter is actually a slightly longer because of the opening image actually. So I think the chapters are the same length, aren't they? So is this an Impachi? Is that what this is called? Again, Yu-Gi-Oh! Blazing Impachi. Looks a lot like this thing. I don't actually know what that means, but I imagine it's like flaming woodman, something like that. Looks like that's another part of the welcome. It looks exactly like Blazing Impachi. Oh, it's got some weird chains dangling off its arms. Oh my god, look at this. Oh my god. Are like souls in there? Holy crap. Is this where the dead people that Griffith brings back go? Wouldn't be surprising. Jesus Christ. What is it attached on these? That's a nice shot here though, isn't it? Scarecrow boss? That's a Wicker Man. I was going to mention this a second ago. I've never seen any of the Wicker Man movies. Children of the Corn, I think, is one I've never seen anything from. I've seen it memed with Nicolas Cage. I think you guys have probably seen loads of memes of this as well. I think they released a new one recently, and I'm pretty sure that's terrible. I'm pretty sure all of these, maybe not the Wicker Man, but I'm pretty sure all of the Children of the Corn movies are supposedly terrible. So I'm probably not going to watch them. But there's like, I think there's like 8 or something of them. So I'm not even going to bother with that franchise. I think it's just like creepy kids, and that's it. But yeah, I've never seen any Wicker Man movies. Obviously, again, you're seeing this memed a hell of a lot. Not the bees! Not the bees! I kind of want to watch it just for that. Again, Nicolas Cage had a bit of a resurgence, honestly. He's been in a lot of horror movies I've been watching. And he's been pretty damn good in them. Not sure why he's doing quite so many, though, recently. Wicker Man movies. Yeah, never seen any of these. As we see right there, they've usually got these like burning. Hey, isn't that Christopher? That's not Christopher Lee right there, is it? I think it is. Yeah, I think Christopher Lee did do a Wicker Man movie, didn't he? Am I right in saying that? But yeah, I've never seen any of these. I might need to check them out if you guys would recommend. Oh no, it's not. It's not Christopher Lee. It looks a lot like Christopher Lee, that person there, didn't he? Edward Woodward. Oh no, that's not him. I think that is surely that looks that That looks so much like him. Surely that is. Yeah, he's Lord Sunrise. So he is in it. Okay. I was tripping there for a second. Christopher Lee's amazing, of course. Okay. Again, I don't mind spending too much time on this kind of stuff now that it's going to be just 2 chapters per video. Pretty highly rated, the original Wicker Man. Quite old though, so well, I say that. Same, a lot of my favourite horrors came out in these years, so maybe I shouldn't say that. But there's definite pacing differences between movies now and movies 50 odd years ago. But crazy that it's now 50 years ago. It's quite crazy. Yeah, there's a few. There's the original, it looks like here, a remake from 2006 with Nick Cage. The Wicker Tree, which looks like a pile of shit. Just based off that. Yeah. Just based off that image there. Yeah, again, Children of the Corn. I think there's like 8 or some ridiculous number of these. I've never seen any of them, but apparently they're all terrible. Yeah, you got this, which was a remake, came out in 2020. I think there was one that came out this year, or last year or something, or maybe that's the one, I don't know. Children of the Corn, man, this brings you back, doesn't it? All these classic 2000s fucking titles. Children of the Corn, Revelations. Children of the Corn, Genesis. So generic, isn't it? Like there's like hundreds of movies with these shitty fucking titles. Again, being a horror fan in the 2000s was pretty tough. It was very rare to actually find many good horror movies from the 2000s. So I kind of envy the people that grew up in like the 70s, 80s, like the prime time of horror. Because again, I grew up in the era where 8 or 9 out of 10 times it'd be a shit one. Especially if I just again went into like a Blockbuster or something, just picked based off the cover art, because the cover art was obviously always getting better, so it makes it harder to actually judge what's good and what's not. But yeah, enough of that. That's a Wicker Man. A Wicker Man? I've read about them in books. So again, sorry about this, but I just want to find out what a blazing and patchy means. A wicked wooden spirit now burning in flames. What is a impatchy? Impatchy is a fell tree possessed by a wicked spirit. You can see how these look alike. One sec. Yeah, I think you can see how these kind of look alike. This thing right here. Similar. Not exactly the same, are they? They kind of look like that. Is it Street Fighter? Can't remember. That fighting game character. I think there's one of these as well. I don't think it's Street Fighter. I've read about them in books. Accounts of a fetish that uses the life forces of sacrifices locked within a giant figure and set ablaze using ancient magic. So is that what I'm guessing the plot of Wicker Man is? I'm guessing the plot is that Christopher Lee maybe abducts kids and people and perhaps doesn't kill them. Perhaps he does kill them and then puts them in this thing and to sacrifice them to some kind of flame god. I'm guessing that's how it goes down. So, I swear you guys are too soft. Morda, you brought out something like that? It's taboo. Ha. So what if it's taboo? It exists for times like this. Its potential is wasted as a mere decoration. So it has got these like wooden kind of stump things on it. Okay. Like I don't know what's been hammered into them, but sexy witch. Got an older witch here. Pointy hat. Classic look. So they are actually human witches. Okay. They're not like the things that we saw in the intro artwork, which I was maybe theorizing. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy had like purple hair. What good is a puppet if you don't play with it? Now go. Yow! Aha! Get him! Stop this foolishness, Morda. You're going to burn up the field too. Good damn. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So I think they're like big nails or something. It reminds me of the time I went around my friends one day and I'd done something terrible. Like I said this before about how I wasn't really this very different person and I didn't really think about things. I went around my friends and I found this this bat and yeah, I found a bunch of nails and I had a bunch of nails in it. Just because yeah, the horror side of me, I just thought of bat nails. Let's make a nail bat. That would be cool. Don't know what I was planning on using it for, whatever, but yeah, obviously ruined that bat. So again, I didn't really think of how my actions affected others back then, but thinking back, I yeah, definitely wouldn't do that now. Don't know what it was. Wooden bats were always really cool with nails in them. Fair few horror movies with those in. I think the one that comes to mind is Saw 2. Ah shit, we can't handle this. Slide from guts here. And it's gonna, I'm not sure this is gonna affect it too much, is it? As we blast it from beneath. Oh my god, it went through the whole thing. Still though, I think it's more of like accumulation of a load of souls. So I think obviously we hit quite a bit there, but there's like still loads of souls in it. Oh, we did get it pretty good. A dick shot will do that. Trust me. Pure pain. His eyes. Now here comes the great sword. Damn, look at these souls. Holy crap. Ugh. Look inside that thing. Damn. What is it? What is that? These like I think these are probably other souls, right? Damn. That is an awesome shot there, isn't it? So pained. Some of them just look derpy. I like it though. Some of them look very creepy. Okay. And that is it for that chapter. Very good first chapter. Very good. And we've got some more witches here, which should be interesting to see Shirka interact with. Good looking little witch here as well. And the blazing wicker man right here. Yeah, I love the little pumpkin horror here we got as well. Again, pretty good start to our film so far. Not a nice start in terms of not really been greeted nicely, have we? But let's read some comments before we move on. Yeah, a lot of people saying Maud is good looking. Again, she does look nice, doesn't she? That's pretty much all about Morda in the comment section here, okay. I said she's a MILF. I'm pretty sure she's like in her 20s, right? Ugh, what the fuck? You get some strange people in the comments, don't you? You get some strange people in these comment sections. Someone says here the art is some different. It is slightly. Someone did point out to me the outlines are thicker, and it does look slightly different. It still looks like classic Berserk to me, honestly. Though I don't see too much of a change, to be honest with you guys. Still looks like classic Berserk to me. I do wonder when the new artist will come in, though. I'll probably definitely notice then, right? Not too much. Not too much else in the comment section here, so we'll move straight on to the final chapter for today, which is Village of Witches. As we've taken down, but pretty easily. I had a feeling it would be pretty easily taken down the Wicker Man right here. God, well done. Like I do always find like ancient. I don't know if this is ancient punishment, but I always do find all sorts of like interesting punishments interesting. Like what we saw there with Nicolas Cage. I'm not sure what he was getting punished for again. Probably maybe sacrificing people or planning to create this Wicker Man. I always find like things like that very interesting. If his punishment is to have a face full of bees. Surely if he's just like, I imagine they probably aggravated the bees, have some kind of scent or something that aggravates them to make them sting them. But if they don't, surely you could just kind of act quite cool and be okay. Even that though, I do get quite scared. Like you guys know I'm pretty good with insects. Never had. Well, I say that. I did mention that time about that spider that came home with me in my hood. That giant ass spider. Never had like spiders or anything all over my head, but you see in like those challenge games where people get like loads of insects poured on them. The only thing I'd be afraid of in that situation is them going into my ears or going into my mouth or through my nose holes. Like that's my only worry. If I was to have like insects poured on me for a challenge or something, you'd have to plug me up big time, because they don't ever look like they're plugged up in those shows. But I do imagine they are, because that can be a serious health problem to get something like that in your ear. I remember there was this rumor going by at my old high school about these bees that only came out. Again, I'm not sure if this is true or not. I always took it as true because everyone would say it, but apparently there were these bees that only came out in like summer, like nights on summer, and if they like got into your hair or head and like laid something, like laid eggs or something, you'd have to shave your hair off, because they just get so attached or something like that. I forget, but there was some kind of like specific type of bee that just like, yeah, if it gets in your hair and lays eggs or something, you're fucked. I've never heard of that before, but I guess I can look that up now. I never even bothered looking it up again. I just kind of took it as the truth, as you kind of do when you're young. News that make you bored. No, obviously nothing coming up when I'm typing that. Bees laying eggs in hair. Nah, I think it might just be bullshit. I think it might just be bullshit. Never saw a case of that happening either, so yeah, I think that's just classic high school bullshit, probably. But this might be a bit of a problem at this rate. But yeah, as I said about the whole kind of ancient and old kind of tactics for punishing people. There's this one going about Twitter recently of like de-winging someone or something like that, and just like making their bones wings at the back of them. And obviously we've seen quite a bit of punishment in Berserk, haven't we? Especially during like the Mosgus chapters. Saw quite a lot of cool punishments. Again, apparently the Iron Maiden never really existed, but you've got to imagine somewhere they probably did do that to people. And even like just having crows pick at you, I think that's one of the worst ways to go, honestly. Just growing so weak and sitting there just waiting for crows to pick you to death, eat your eyeballs right out of your eye socket, and you can't even do anything. It's like, that's one of my worst ones. One of my worst ones. I feel like that should be a thing nowadays for some like the worst criminals, although it would be pretty outrageous. But this might be a bit of a problem. At this rate, the fire will spread to the entire field. Let's run for it. Oh no, you don't. Thieves. You really did a number on my darling puppet. but I'm not letting you escape. Watch as the flames surround you. Like, how can you call this girl a MILF? She's clearly quite young. Got those bangs as well. Some very, very full bangs at that. Almost a bowl cut. A witch! Definitely a witch. Classic appearance of a witch right here, isn't it? On the broomstick, floating in the air, tall cap, long black hair, luscious lips, beautiful. Classic. I also, again, on the topic of like things I used to believe, I remember, I don't know why, but when I used to go to my nan's quite a lot, and my auntie lives quite near there, but I don't know why, every time we didn't go too often, but when we went to my auntie's, I'd always think that there was a witch's house on the same road. I don't know what it was. There was just one it wasn't like the nicest place ever, but there was this one quite tall house. And I don't know what I saw in the mirror one night, but I saw something. And from that moment onwards, I just always thought there was a witch living in that house. So I never looked at it after. Never looked at it afterwards. And I'd always just stay in. Well, so most of the time I just try and stay in the car so that I have to get out on that road. I'd have to go in sometimes, of course, but I was too scared to get out of the car sometimes. Didn't let my parents know that though. A witch. Definitely a witch. Whoa, check it out. She's totally flying on a broom. Now that's the real deal, not like some kid I know. I'll beat you up. Please wait. We are not enemies. You. Why is a magic user with them? And even elves. Morda. You know, this here, don't get me wrong, it's not really. Well, I guess it might be a bit of a problem in Berserk. A lot of women always seem to have big boobs in Berserk. But I've noticed, especially with One Piece, I mean, again, it's not really an issue, but I've noticed in One Piece, every woman's character design, body-wise, is almost exactly the same. Just classic hourglass figure and massive boobs. Quite annoying, just having such similar designs. Like, the only difference is their face, and a lot of the time some of their faces even look really alike because you can only change it up so much. So that's honestly one thing about one negative thing about One Piece is a lot of the women character designs especially just look exactly the same. Bit annoying. This girl looks a lot like Shirka. These guys kind of like classic Cabbage Patch Kids. Morda, that's why we're telling you to wait. You never listen to others. Good grief. True. Yara Yara days. Yara Yara does. Are you this island's? We're Skellig Island's mages, but conversation can wait. If we don't hurry and do something about this fire, we'll wipe out the field. I put so much work into those pumpkins. But with the flames this strong, our only option might be to summon a guru. Guru? Want some? It's well toasted. Thanks. Huh. Oh, hey, there's Puck. Oh, he knows him? Holy crap, he knows him by his name? There's Puck. Okay. Oh, here it is. Got some rain coming down. Amazing. This is magic. That swift manipulation of the weather. Oh, you know this person's a badass. Is? Yes, it usually requires a degree of planning and ritual to greatly influence nature. Here he comes. You know this guy's like Yoda. Like some kind of legend. Coming in on a goat's back like this. Like a badass looking goat's back as well. Great guru. Looks like things are in hand. Kuka, Joni, Fionn, thanks for your standing guard. Sir, as for Morda, she may be due for a lecture. Hiya, old Geld. Old Ged. Sorry. Hiya, old Ged. You've been long away, Mischief Maker. Aren't they all fucking mischief makers? Must be a nightmare looking after these elves and stuff. My guests, you were put through the ringer on account of my delay. I apologise. This goat is quite old, like me. We don't keep up with young legs. I am Gedfring, one who governs the mages of this island. I like his design. Very knowledgeable looking, isn't he? Excuse me, great guru. Were you aware we could visit this island? The ruler of the elves received an oracle. And yes, that boy must be. A small wind whirling out from this island would draw in many fates. What is Shirka thinking about there? I don't really get what's going on there. What she's figured out. A small wind whirling out from this island would draw in many fates and return as a tempest. A small wind will draw in many fates and return as a tempest. Small wind. That's doing the same thing I was doing. What does that mean? Without even realising it, he pulls everyone into a cyclone of destiny. It happened by chance, that's all. Are you saying that's me? Puck the storm? Returned as a tempest, eh? Hey, I'm really sorry. I dragged all of you into my story. And suddenly he acts like he's the hero. And another thing, I had my own premonition. An old friend came to me in a dream and said, look after my dearest little student when she visits home. Oh my god. Oh, that's adorable, that is. Look after my dearest little student when she visits. Oh man. That's awesome, that is. That is awesome. That's the thing, again, when she did go. No, she wasn't ever fully gone. Circus Master, was she? She just went to the world of idea, the astral world or whatever. Do you mean... That must be good to hear from Shirka, though. Or Shirka, should I say. At any rate, come to our village. Freshen up from your journey. I'll see to it you're introduced to the elven ruler. Seems like he already knows everything. Yeah, I know, right? He hasn't asked a single question. He hasn't questioned one thing about us, about why we're here or anything. He just knows. That's how it is with great mages. Yeah. As the sun starts shining. Ooh. Some old men trees here. Kind of like Ganishka. Ganishka-esque trees right here. What would you call this art? What would you call this art? Old guy. It's an old guy tree, which is exactly what I said. Not an old man like a withered tree, but a tree like an old man. How odd. Neat, looks like it could move. It moves! What a fool. How would you say that? PBT. Almost like a frog. What a fool. People from the outside are just like I heard. Come on, stop playing around, let's go. Don't lick me. Put that tongue away. What is going on over there? I'm Kaka, Joni, Thayun. I'm Evalira, and I'm Shirka. Nice to meet you. That girl's Morda. What are a magic user with else doing this with this bunch? Ugh, it's all sticky with sap. What do you think you're doing? We have a strange bond. The purpose of our journey is... So you're here to restore her sanity. Originally, we sought a safe haven for her to live with the brand. But yes, I expect that's what her companion really wants. I think I've heard that the Flower Storm Monarch can use the corridors of dreams to go deep inside the mind. It might be possible. Really? It's quite scary, honestly, to think that the Flower Storm Monarch is going to go delving into Casca's horrible memory of what happened. He's going to be terrified. Sounds promising, though. As do the chapter names we saw earlier. I don't know what it is. Varnies looks so... Might sound strange, but she looks so feminine here. More feminine than usual. That's a slight art change for her. You're an intrepid bunch, though. The world's practically upside down. Yet you cross the ocean on a glimmer of hope, huh? You must have felt it too, if you're a mage. That great disturbance. The great roar of the astral world. That's what we call it. The one called the Hawk of Light caused it, by attacking the many seals of the world's forest of the Spirit Tree. Hawk of Light? Forest of the Spirit Tree? What's that about, old man? We'll discuss the details in the village. Look, you can see it now. There lies Flower Storm Monarch's elf helm. The storm of blossoms, just like the title suggests. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it definitely is as the title suggests. Jesus. That is one big ass cherry tree. Wow, I'm floored. And there lies our village of mages. I'm guessing this is the village? Don't know what this is, honestly. Yeah, I think that was their place. They look a lot like Berserk's Master's home, these places, don't they? Very much reminds me of that. As I said earlier, a lot of the earth golems we met at Shirka's Masters also reminded me a bit of the lost the stones that made you feel lost. There's been a few quite reminiscent things. Obviously, we even had her appear in the old man's dream. So yeah, I feel like it's very much on purpose. Those things I brought up earlier. This makes me feel kind of nostalgic. It's a village of hot hats. It's a village of hats. There's a bunch of houses that look like Shirkas. It sure hasn't changed. Oh, I was gonna say. Looks like there's a couple magicians over there, or a fair few over here. Lovely looking place, isn't it? What are they doing over there? The boys are practicing odd manipulation. Making trees bud like that is delicate work that makes for good training. That brings back memories. I did that often too, although I didn't have any peers to practice with. I'll introduce you later. So yeah, I'm kind of theorising maybe Shirka could perhaps stay here as well and maybe learn her trade more. Again, she's pretty well equipped, don't get me wrong, but never bad learning more, is it? Be a pretty well suited place for her. Here, in accordance with our respective skill levels, we teach and are taught. And we thus hone our magic skills every day. Broom riding up here and some falling down after failing. The cycle of life right here. You fall down, you get up, you start flying. Thus, our gurus amongst there are gurus amongst us who are absorbed in their own magic studies, but you can learn a lot from becoming an apprentice and helping them with research. I see. A mage training site? No, I guess it's more of a scholarly town. I hope I said that right. It's magnificent. Huh? Boring is what it is. Morda, come on. No matter how much we hone our magic skills, if we stay cooped up on an island like this, it's all just a waste of talent. You're lucky you weren't out during the Musgus times. I mean, she's probably a powerful witch, so she probably would have been fine, but if you went out during those times, you'd be on the stake, lady. You should see what they do to people that learn magic. I get her point here, though. She is right. Must feel like that. What are you saying? A mage's duty is to observe the universe. Hey, never mind all that. Tell me about the outside world. I wish you'd cut it out. You're too hard-headed, Cooker. I think you could stand to broaden your horizons a little. But that's true. For everybody on this island, that group, what's with those clothes? Are they from the outside? Barbarians? Ugh, scary. Why are they here? Well, the kid's a little riled. Wow, where have I seen that kind of reaction before? But when people are that blatantly afraid of me, jettison, it makes me want to live up to the hype as an entertainer. Hey there, innocent girls, I'm a dangerous barbarian. Oh god, terrifying the girls. Good way to get on their good side of Cedro. You fool. Hit him at the same rhythm, everybody. Right, 1, 2, 1, 2. I've seen this sight somewhere before too. Ah, harsh pinpoint attacks. Oh, it must be painful just getting prodded, whacked. Ouchies. Now, everyone. We should be peacefully celebrating the safe return of the great Puck. Oh, Puck! If it isn't Puck, hi. So out of consideration, I thought I hadn't seen you in a while. So you really did leave the island. Dare you take a dip in my pot while I was making secret medicine? You emptied all my bugs and snake cages and made my house a biohazard. You scribbled on my magic circle in the middle of a ritual. You put the love potion I made into the Great Curious tea. Oh my god, yeah, classic. Little fucking bastard Puck. Jesus Christ. Welcome return for the man. I guess he's even more of a nuisance than a usual elf, I guess. We have heard that usual elves are pretty naughty, but Jesus. And I love how Cedro's taken all of the beating for this. Good dodging, honestly. Good. Looks like we're fitting in well already. Says you. This girl's still going. Now then. First, stop by my hall. Oh my god, this horrible face right here just popped up as soon as the comments became visible. And yeah, that is it for today. Thank you guys very much for watching. We will read some comments quickly before we finish the video off. But hell of a couple chapters today, weren't they? Especially the second one, I think, was a really nice welcome. Yeah, we'll read some comments. What was this? When they talked about Griffith was responsible for the world being messed up, I laughed and admired our great Lord Skull Knight, who we haven't seen for a long time. He is such a Sigma. Where did this come from? Where did this come from? I don't get me wrong, I kind of agree. I love Skull Knight, but yeah, it's a horrible, creepy face. As I said, sometimes just like normal human faces on weird things are scarier than like horrible faces. Yeah, I think everyone wants to see that, don't they? I would love to see old Casca again. It's so fucking long, man. So fucking long. In terms of years, in terms of volumes, how many years has it been exactly? I've got to say, like, probably like 20 or something. A long ass fucking time. Maybe not quite 20, but I don't know. I think I brought this up a few times. This person says, why can't we see the darkness of Berserk? The darkness of Berserk, the evil theme and bloody guts. I mean, you still get some of that, but it definitely is a lot lighter. Again, it has changed a lot from like horror to kind of more fantasy elements and such. It always had fantasy elements, but much harder leaning into that now. But I do miss it a bit. Don't get me wrong, I also don't, because it's great to see our characters away from that. It's always carried with them though as well. That's the thing with like Casca and Guts. It's very much still carried with them. It's still a theme, but it's just not as kind of prominent because we've kind of been through a lot of that. I see where this guy's coming from, and that's what got pretty much all of us hooked into Berserk, isn't it? So I can understand that, but I like where the story's at the minute, very much so. And the last arc and such was just absolutely fantastic. Okay, I was going to say, why are these comments so disliked? And they just kind of seem like normal comments, and then you get this absolutely rotten bastard at the bottom here saying about, yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Really looking forward to the next couple chapters. Again, it's a bit of a shame. I'd like to do 3 again, but yeah, is what it is. I guess 2. We are coming towards the end here as well, aren't we? So 2 chapters per video isn't bad. That would mean, yeah, we've got about 33 chapters left, so yeah, not all too long. So yeah, I'll be back next time with Elfhelm, the Flower Storm Monarch. No, I won't. I'm talking like I did watch 3 chapters. I'll be back next time with Great Gurus and Elfhelm. So see you guys then. Again, do let me know what you guys thought about these chapters in the comment section, and enjoy the rest of your day, guys.